Welcome to our college briefing program. Today, we're diving into some fascinating stories from around the world. First up, scientists in China have developed a groundbreaking technique to make organs like the brain and heart transparent, allowing scientists to see inside in stunning 3D detail without damaging the tissue. This innovation could really change the game for medical research, diagnostics, and personalized medicine. Next, we have the recent summit between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin in Alaska. It was a quick, somewhat chaotic meeting that mainly served political showmanship rather than producing any real peace agreements. With limited planning and little substantive discussion, it was more about image and power than progress, highlighting the superficial nature of high-stakes diplomacy. Finally, at the Toronto Zoo, animals took on a new role as artists. The zoo's annual silent auction featured paintings created by gorillas and donkeys, helping raise over $30,000 for wildlife conservation. It's a fun, creative way to support animal welfare while giving us a glimpse into the natural behaviors and personalities of these incredible creatures. Please continue to watch for more detailed stories and updates. South China Morning Post highlights a groundbreaking innovation from Chinese scientists who have pioneered a technique to render organs like the brain and heart transparent, offering unprecedented clarity into their internal structures. This advanced method preserves the tissue's original morphology by transforming it into an ionic glassy state without crystal formation, which is crucial for maintaining the integrity of delicate biological features. The technique significantly enhances fluorescent dye signals, making it possible to visualize individual neurons and their microconnectivity in the human brain, as well as study various mouse organs in exquisite detail. This development not only surpasses existing tissue-clearing methods in transparency and image contrast but also allows long-term storage at low temperatures, opening new avenues for research in neuroscience and medicine. The Sydney Morning Herald provides a stark perspective on the recent summit between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin, revealing that the meeting was more about political posturing than genuine diplomacy. Held at a modest Alaskan air base with minimal planning, the summit was a strategic stage for both leaders to bolster their domestic images amid ongoing conflicts and political pressures. Putin, seeking to restore his image after Russia's aggressive actions in Ukraine, used the occasion to project strength, with images of him next to an American president fueling his narrative of renewed power. Meanwhile, Trump aimed to energize his political base ahead of the upcoming recess, leveraging the event to showcase his deal-making prowess. The summit's true purpose, as the article suggests, was not peace but a spectacle of strength, with little substantive progress made on the Ukraine conflict, and behind closed doors, discussions likely veered toward strategic and political gains rather than resolution. The Toronto Star captures the whimsical spirit of the Toronto Zoo's annual silent auction, where animals become unexpected artists in a creative fundraising effort. The event features animals like donkeys, gorillas, and orangutans creating art, sometimes choosing their own colors or wielding brushes, offering a playful and tactile enrichment experience for the creatures. Notably, a gorilla's footprint painting of the late Charles fetched the highest bid, symbolizing the zoo's deep connection with its residents. Beyond art, the auction includes behind-the-scenes tours, animal training sessions, and exclusive experiences such as private zoo visits and animal care activities, all aimed at supporting wildlife conservation and zoo operations. This lively fundraiser not only raises funds, surpassing its $30,000 goal, but also fosters community engagement and awareness about wildlife preservation, blending entertainment with meaningful conservation efforts. The Jerusalem Post reports that Uruguay has decided to suspend its agreement with Hebrew University due to concerns over the latest Gaza City occupation plan, highlighting the ongoing geopolitical tensions in the region. This decision underscores the ripple effects of the conflict, affecting international academic collaborations and diplomatic relations. The move reflects Uruguay's stance on the situation, signaling its disapproval of the occupation plan and its impact on regional stability, while also emphasizing the broader implications for international cooperation and peace efforts in the Middle East. Australian Broadcasting Corporation details a significant investigation into the Australian National University, ANU, revealing concerns about the governance and accountability of its council members, including prominent figures like Chancellor Julie Bishop. TEXA, the higher education regulator, expressed worries that the university's leadership failed to exercise proper oversight, especially regarding financial management and institutional culture. The investigation was prompted by issues such as staff fears, poor internal accountability, and the university's ambitious goal to cut $250 million in expenses by 2026. The situation has led to intense scrutiny, with the university now preparing a self-assurance report to address these governance concerns amid ongoing inquiries illustrating the broader challenges faced by higher education institutions in maintaining integrity and transparency. The Sydney Morning Herald paints a vivid picture of Rathdown Village in Melbourne, a beloved local shopping strip that is experiencing a quiet decline amid rising costs and changing social dynamics. Once bustling with lively nighttime activity and thriving small businesses like fledgling Cafe and La Luna, the strip now faces empty storefronts and closures, such as the departure of La Porchetta after nearly 4 decades. Despite this, some businesses like Calle Bakery are thriving, and longtime residents cherish the nostalgic, countrytown atmosphere that Rathdown Village offers. Experts note that the area's charm lies in its intimate, community-focused identity, though rising rents and demographic shifts threaten its vibrancy. Locals remain passionate about preserving its unique character, seeing it as an essential, timeless part of Melbourne's diverse neighborhood fabric. CBC reports on the case of Amy Ham, a nurse from British Columbia who faced suspension and a hefty fine for her outspoken comments about transgender rights. Ham, a seasoned healthcare professional, used online platforms to express her views, which included defending women's access to female-only spaces and rejecting the concept of gender identity, calling it anti-scientific. Her statements, perceived as discriminatory and derogatory against transgender individuals, led the BC College of Nurses and Midwives to suspend her for a month and impose significant financial penalties, although Ham has appealed the decision. The college emphasizes the importance of non-discriminatory healthcare, especially given the legal protections for transgender people in Canada, and underscores its commitment to combating discrimination within the medical community. Ham's supporters, including her lawyer, argue that her right to free speech and scientific perspectives are being unfairly suppressed, highlighting a contentious debate over gender identity and free expression in healthcare. Meanwhile, the Winnipeg CBC coverage focuses on a protest criticizing the broadcasters reporting on the Israel-Hamas conflict in Gaza, with demonstrators demanding a more comprehensive, empathetic, and accurate portrayal of the crisis. Protesters, including Palestinian advocates and journalists, called for CBC to use the term genocide when describing the situation, citing human rights organizations' classifications, and to amplify Palestinian voices and eyewitness accounts. The debate over terminology reflects broader disagreements about the severity of the conflict, with Israel denying accusations of genocide and emphasizing the legal nuances of such labels. The protest also condemned the dangerous targeting of journalists covering the war, with many killed or injured, and urged CBC to send more reporters into Gaza to provide on-the-ground coverage. Participants emphasized the importance of truthful, in-depth reporting to foster understanding and accountability amidst the ongoing humanitarian catastrophe. Australian Broadcasting Corporation highlights Bindi Irwin's heartfelt campaign to raise awareness about endometriosis, a chronic and often misunderstood condition affecting women worldwide. After 13 years of suffering, multiple surgeries, and battling stigma, Irwin shared her journey openly on social media, inspiring over 1 million likes and encouraging women to recognize pain as abnormal and seek proper diagnosis. Her story resonates with many women, including Ebony Nikhil, who faced similar struggles with delayed diagnosis and limited treatment options. Irwin advocates for global change, urging society to break the silence surrounding women's health issues and promote open conversations. Experts like Jessica Spain and Monica Forlano stress that endometriosis is a widespread, gender-discriminatory disease that requires increased research, awareness, and education, especially for marginalized groups. Irwin's activism aims to empower women, reduce stigma, and foster a future where women's health is prioritized and understood as a vital aspect of overall well-being. Nikkei Asia vividly depicts the tragic yet hopeful journey of children in Vietnam who have lost their families to COVID-19. In Da Nang, a city renowned for its burgeoning sectors, the Hope School stands as a beacon of resilience and renewal. Founded by the Vietnamese tech giant FPT, the school offers a sanctuary where 300 orphans from across 29 provinces find not just education but a sense of belonging and hope. The children, many haunted by the loss of parents, some even witnessing their fathers' despairing acts, are gradually healing through music, STEM subjects, and supportive therapy. The school's new facilities symbolize a permanent home, fostering an environment where these young souls can dream of futures as engineers, scientists, and leaders, despite their profound tragedies. The school's community, supported by local companies and international visitors, emphasizes humility, resilience, and the power of shared stories, transforming grief into strength and hope. The Independent reports a striking diplomatic moment during the Alaska summit, where Vladimir Putin immediately read a letter from Melania Trump, revealing the human cost of the Ukraine conflict. The letter, delivered by Donald Trump, highlighted the harrowing plight of children deported by Russia amid the ongoing war, with nearly 19,500 children verified as deported, though the true number is believed to be much higher. The summit, marked by tense discussions on Ukraine's future, also saw Trump expressing frustration with Putin's continued military actions, despite prior calls and negotiations. The letter's reading in front of both delegations underscored the gravity of the situation, with international legal actions, such as the ICC's arrest warrant for Putin, casting a shadow over the diplomatic exchanges. The scene encapsulates the complex interplay of diplomacy, war crimes, and the human stories behind geopolitical conflicts, emphasizing the urgent need for accountability and peace. The Globe and Mail highlights the escalating tensions within Ontario's higher education sector, where thousands of college support staff have voted overwhelmingly, 77.3%, to authorize a strike if negotiations fail. This decisive vote signals a significant push for respect and fair contracts amid ongoing disputes over job security and working conditions. The union's bargaining team, preparing to return to the table, faces a stark backdrop of program cancellations and staff layoffs, driven by declining enrollments linked to federal caps on international students. Despite the lack of immediate response from the College Employer Council, the support staff's stance underscores a broader struggle for dignity and stability in the face of financial and political pressures. As the sector grapples with these challenges, the potential strike looms as a pivotal moment that could reshape labor relations and highlight the urgent need for sustainable support for educators and support staff alike. The Toronto Star vividly reports that support staff at Ontario's colleges are on the brink of striking, with an overwhelming 77.3% vote in favor of a strike mandate. This powerful vote signals their demand for respect and a fair contract amidst ongoing struggles, including the loss of nearly 10,000 faculty and staff jobs since last year, driven by declining enrollment due to federal caps on international students. The union's fight for better conditions comes as they prepare to return to bargaining, aiming to secure the respect they deserve, while the College Employer Council remains silent, leaving the future uncertain for thousands of college workers. Meanwhile, the Globe and Mail paints a tense picture of Israel's escalating military preparations in Gaza, where plans are underway to relocate Palestinians from combat zones to the south ahead of a potentially devastating offensive. Israeli families, devastated by the ongoing war and the plight of 22 hostages, are calling for a nationwide ceasefire, desperate for a resolution after nearly 2 years of conflict. Heart-wrenching scenes unfold as civilians, including a baby girl and her parents, are killed in airstrikes, highlighting the tragic human toll. The Israeli government, citing the need to dismantle Hamas, continues its military buildup, even as international voices warn of the worsening humanitarian crisis. The report also details the dire humanitarian situation in Gaza, where starvation, disease, and malnutrition threaten the lives of over 2 million Palestinians. The United Nations warns that aid access remains critically hampered by Israeli restrictions, with thousands of civilians killed while seeking help. Amidst the chaos, the territory faces a devastating toll, nearly 62,000 lives lost in the conflict, with many uncounted civilians among the casualties. The ongoing violence and blockades have left Gaza in a state of despair, with hospitals overwhelmed by the sick and starving, and international efforts struggling to deliver vital aid amidst the relentless conflict. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Got a question in your mind? We'll find the answer, we'll be kind. Encyclopedia on everything. Laugh and learn with the zing zing kids and grown-ups too. We've got the A to Z for you. Got a question in your mind, we'll find the answer, we'll be kind. Encyclopedia on everything, laugh and learn with the zing, zing, zing. From ants to outer space, we've got the facts in one great place. For kids and grown-ups too.